What's up, guys? So we're going to do things a little differently today, and I'm going to show you me mixing up the nutrient solution for the lettuce, the DWC setup, and then I'm just going to voice over it, and we're going to go from there. All right, let's watch and enjoy. All right, so first up here we have our ppm meter, and these are like a really cheap ppm and pH meter that you can get on Amazon Prime for like $10 ish each. So this is our pH meter. Yeah, the brown one's the ppm. So when we're done, we're going to we use those to check our parts per million of our nutrients, water, and a nutrient solution. And to measure everything out, we have these little bulbs here. That bulb is a 10 milliliter like syringe bulb, and then I have these, I believe they're 100 milliliter plastic cups that I get from my local grocery store. These things work great. The only problem with them is their smallest measurements, like 25. So a lot of 10 milliliter stuff, I have to kind of guess at. But all right, so we're gonna get ready here. And I'm just getting everything clean and ready to start mixing. So first we're going to use our Canna Rhizotonic. This stuff is really good for our roots and helping us grow really good, strong root structure. So I used about 5 milliliters of that, and we're going to mix it in here. And then after this, so yeah, we're mixing that up, get it all good and mixed, and then next we're going to do the, I believe the UC roots here. So let's see. Yeah, so this UC Roots, this is a new thing I'm trying. I added 10 milliliters of it. So supposedly it's just good for like keeping your root like medium really clean and keeping the beneficial bacteria there, but the bad bacteria that'll give you root rot and all sorts of problems, it's supposed to kill them off. So I measured out 10 milliliters here, and yeah, we're trying it out. This is the first time I've ever grown with it, but we'll see how it goes, and you guys will watch it live as I do. So yeah, we're going to mix that 10 milliliters in there. And then next, we're going to be mixing in our micronutrients. And there's a link in the blog post for all this stuff. And you can find it all on Amazon. These micronutrients I've used in the past quite a bit, and I've had really good luck with them. It's all the stuff other than like the NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium that your plant needs. You only need a tiny little bit of them. So this is where I use like that baster syringe, because that thing you can really fine tune, because I want to make sure I only get about 5 milliliters in there. Even that right now is probably a little much, but we're going to see how it goes and how it likes it. The ppm on this ended up being pretty low, so we'll get that. And yeah, note on that at the end, the ppm, I don't show it because it was I don't have a backlight on my ppm meter, which is something I highly recommend you get. So the camera wasn't able to see the actual reading. So I showed the pH reading, but not the ppm. So yeah, there we go. We have about 5 milliliters right there, and I'm going to get the water stirring, and we're going to mix that in. And this is like pH perfect nutrients or micronutrients. So if you use their entire line and like do the proper measurements, they say supposedly it'll like naturally balance the pH, but it doesn't tend to do the trick. When I use just the micronutrients, it tends to like jack the pH up a little bit. But it's okay. Once we're done here, we're gonna use some pH down and drop it down a little bit anyways. Alright, so we're mixing that in, and then next we're going to use this Flora Duo line, and I highly recommend this General Hydroponics Flora Duo line. I've used this a lot in the past, and it's really nice. I really like being able to like fine tune how much A and B I use through the different cycles. For lettuce, it's not as helpful, but for things like the peppers or like cannabis that actually flowers, it's great. So I'm going to use, for the grow blend here, I'm using 10 milliliters of the part A solution. And then after this, you'll see me measure out. We're going to use like roughly 5 milliliters. I kind of have to like really eyeball it, so sometimes it ends up being like, I'd say more like 4 to 6.5 or 7 milliliters of part B. And that's what they recommend through like veg, and that you use more part A. 2 parts A to 1 part B, I believe, is a mild grow. And then in the transition, they have you do equal parts, 1 and 1, and then once you go into flower, you start doing 2 parts B to 1 part A. So yeah, we're gonna mix this all in. But yeah, again, I can't say enough good things about this Flora Duo, and I'm not like, there's no sponsorship or anything there. I've just been using it for probably like 2 years now, and it's always done a really good job for me. And I really like that you have the 2 separate solutions, so I don't have to buy like multiple different things for flower and for veg. You can just use the same thing and tune it differently for whatever you want. And I mean, on top of that, it works great. I've seen like really good results with it. Everything from General Hydroponics, man, they really know what they're doing. Their shit is like really on point. So yeah, you can see I'm making roughly 5 milliliters here. It takes me a couple tries because I end up kind of pouring a little too much the first time there. But yeah, so we get that all mixed in. And then once that's done, that's when we're all set, and we just go to checking our ppH and our PM. Our ppH, our pH, and our ppm. So in the end, this ended up being about I want to say the ppm was 603 and the pH was around 6.38 that it was hovering, and that's a pretty good range. Like in a hydroponic, we want to be anywhere between like 5.5 to 6.5. I tend to lean more towards the 6 end. So 6.3 is a little higher than I'll normally go, but I think it'll be fine. And we'll see. I'll keep an eye on it, and if it's a problem, we can drop it down a little bit more. But yeah, we're going to mix it all up, and then I'm going to speed the video up, and you guys are going to see me checking the pH, and that's all there is to it. So thanks for watching. As always, hit us up on all the social media, all the links and everything, and contact info are down below, and the link to the live stream. You can see this hydroponic lettuce growing 24 hours a day live on Twitch. So yeah, check it out and enjoy.